On today's episode of WatchJRGo, we install a super legit shifter in the 1979 Rolls Royce Silver Wraith 2. What is going on, guys? I'm WatchJRGo, and today we're here with Project Roll Smoke, moving right along on this thing, and we need a way to shift the car. So all that electronic shifting stuff is gone. When we put the dash in here, we got rid of the entire, like, there's the indicators on the steering wheel there, and there's the actual shift lever. It's all been removed. So now we need to install a shifter that works, and to do that, we're gonna go to a floor shifter. Let's grab our floor shifter right now. Here we have a box from B&M. This is B&M shifter cable. This is the Pro shifter cable, a 3-foot. I think that's enough. I'm pretty sure it is. And here we have the actual shifter. I got it. All right, this thing is heavy. So the shifter I have here is the B&M Quicksilver, because I was like, oh, I want it to look classy because it's going in a Rolls Royce. So let's open this up for the first time here. Looks like that's our bezel that goes around the shifter. What might be a cable or something. I didn't know it came with a cable. And this is the shifter. Look at that. So that is the assembly that needs to be mounted to the floor. And we've got some installation instructions here. Disregard. And we have a bunch of bracketry here to help us mount this thing. Okay, regard the instructions. That is, that's a pile of metal plates right there. Yes, a lighted shift indicator and a Quicksilver button that goes on the very top of the handle. This is the nice rubber piece the shifter runs through to make everything look nice. And this is the actual shift knob. Ooh, look at that. All that chrome and big brass nut on there to screw the thing onto the shifter itself. So, now we just need to get this into the center console, and the center console, it's right in the way. Hopping back in the Rolls Royce here, I will show you what I mean by in the way. This is the housing for the shifter, and this is what we're working with on the floor. So that is a no-go 100%. I'd like this to sit about right there, which means the seat controls and the ashtray need to move back to about right here. All we have to do now is magically modify the center console. So get this out of here. I do know that you just lift out the ashtray. That's actually a really nice touch. It's because we dropped a bunch of screws in it and I needed to recover those screws. As you can see, we've got a little bracket deep down inside there. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the last Phillips screw. I already took out the first one right there. Okay, there is our screw. Hopefully that got the console loose. A little bit. There's something holding it on the back. It looks like I better do some digging in here and try to figure out where the rear screws are that hold this thing in.
A few moments later.
Wichita is, of course, a huge car guy city. So we're headed back to ICT Billet, where they make tons and tons and tons of parts for LS swaps. I mean, most people swapping LSs in need custom bracketry and all that stuff, and it probably comes from ICT Billet right here in town. They are epic, and they loaned us their foam mock-up blocks here. We have a LS and the 4L80 right here in the back of the Volt. I'm gonna give those back to them today because we have the engine in now, and to pick up some more parts.
Front K-band.
Just palming the old 4L80, no big deal. I'll work out. All right, thanks, Alan. Out of here. Look, we went shopping. Everything to finish, hopefully everything that we need is right here. So we couldn't do a tour, they were closed. He's going home like right this second. And I can't tell you how excited I am about all these parts. And there's another part here. Their LS small block Chevy thermostat housing adapter and a billet AN wrench. It's so light. It's so cool. All right, let's get back to the Rolls Royce and get back to work. And I'm back from ICT Billet. It is like Christmas. We have all kinds of epic toys. And I love these aluminum wrenches. I've always wanted one. We have down here somewhere our throttle body plate adapter. And the reason is we have to lose our 3-bolt throttle body we have down there and switch to a truck throttle body because our engine management requires it. We haven't quite made it to engine management yet, but we will. And when we do, it should be fun. We're just gonna go ahead and bolt up our 4-bolt throttle body here with this adapter from ICT Billet. So more billet in front of the billet, and we've got these nice cap screws and everything that are gonna retain that. And it's time to wrap up this intake because it can go back on the car soon. Power steering pump being assembled over there. That's the new Corvette power steering pump. The CCSV one wouldn't fit. So brand new pump, brand new pulley on the ICT billet brackets with a new reservoir and a new elbow. And our ICT billet throttle body adapter plate is now on as well in front of our nitrous outlet nitrous plate. There's a lot of adapters on this intake to make everything work, but it's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna push this O-ring in just a little bit more and mount up our 4-bolt throttle body. Zach's here.
Eating.
Didn't bring food for anybody else. No. Since I'm assembling the intake, I was thinking we should probably go ahead and install our big purge kit here. We've got our new solenoid, get this out of the package, and go ahead and it piggybacks onto our other solenoid here. So, all we have to do is grab a couple different pipe fittings and set those up just like that, and that's the purge. It's just a standard Pro Mod nitrous solenoid from Nitrous Outlet, and it comes with the adapters that you need as well. We just need to get those out of here. Okay, so this pipe thread will go like this, all right? It'll start just like that, and this one will go just like this. And that is all you gotta do. Hang those two solenoids together, and then add your purge line coming out the back. Ready to rock and roll. That's right.
Does it look cool from where you're at too?
It does look cool, actually. Apparently, working on Rolls Royces is a little tougher than you might imagine. Most cars, you just hop on the internet and you're like, I've got a question. Somebody here can answer this, right? Well, I hopped on the old internet and I was like, how do you remove the center console? Because I had those front 2 screws out and it was still stuck. No answer. Just nothing. So
just a question mark.
Yeah, just after digging around, we found out that you just need a really long Phillips screwdriver, and there's like a Phillips here and a Phillips there. Got those out, console lifted up, moved back, and as you can see, it has been remounted right there. Also, it's ready for this to drop back in. Going in. All right, the ashtray has been replaced just the way it should be. Now, back to the shifter. Uh-oh, time to open it. Oh, I'm glad it's like not gloss. If it was gloss, it would be destroyed day one. Beautiful. That is gonna look sweet. Here is the actual shifter.
B&M Quicksilver?
Quicksilver. So that's gonna mount right about there, honestly. I wonder if that's the reverse lockout. How does that work?
I don't know. Naturally, we're not going to read any instructions.
Right, we're just bolt this thing to the floor and then it works, I hear. So how does that fit? We have clearance to the radio? That's
what I was checking.
Oh, tons of clearance. That looks great.
And then
easy breezy. Okay, okay.
2, 1, 2, 3, park.
Raining dirt. It turns out the car is double floored. We thought we were hitting the transmission before. We were definitely just hitting the second floor plate here. So now it has 4 new holes all the way down. We are ready to thread some bolts up through there and put the shifter on. Ah, we wondered why it wasn't going through all 4 speeds. We have to pop out this clip right here. Here, actually, let me get this one and I'll push it your way because it's already out. E-clip is off. Now we can remove the 3-speed limiting pin. Nice. Cable going in the hole. Here we go, straight through the floor.
It's at quite a bit of an angle.
I figured it would be. There it goes. Worked out just fine. But to install the shifter cable up into the bracket, we need a 1/4x1/2 bolt. It's that short one right there, a lock washer and a nut, and we're gonna put that in from the back side. And after that, we can put all the micro switches in here for neutral and reverse. It is time for the fun part. Here is the trim ring. Got the light socket mounted on there. We're gonna come back later on and wire all this up. But for now, push these wires out of the way. Line up the trim piece right here. There you go. It's basically right where it needs to be. Ooh-wee, that is pretty. And down here we have more important pieces of the puzzle. Here's the screws for the trim ring. Here's the gear indicator. It goes inside this thing. Goes just like this. Nice. That is super pretty. and it illuminates internally. The chrome is being installed. And here goes the shift knob. Spin that guy on. And the finishing touch, the Quicksilver logo. Oh yeah. There she goes. That is super cool. It runs really well, and I think it blends in pretty well. Maybe one of these days we'll go have that black leather wrapped or something, and it will really, really match the interior. But for now, the chrome ties in wonderfully. All that's left is getting the actual shifter brackets on the trans, and we're gonna deal with that when the trans goes back in. So there you have it, a B&M shifter install inside the Rolls Royce with the Holley dash and a fuel line install.
Yeah, you can talk about all the hard work that's going on.
True that, true that. Oh, is that a nitrous line too?
Yeah.
Oh, that looks fancy. It's time for the first test of our new background for the Holley. There's a lot more work to do, but I just have to do this. I've been waiting for so long. I'm so excited. I've been photoshopping late into the night, getting ready for this. Here is one of the default dashes on the Holley, of course. Really, really good looking, right? So we'll take our flash drive here, plug it in, check for the USB superposition, which is that they all plug in every direction until it finally fits. Do this with one hand, gonna be real tricky. Let's see, menu, customize, gauge customize mode, figured it out, background, change. USB 1, Rolls Royce black badge. Okay. Huh, I thought these gauge faces had everything in them already. Customize. Just have to shrink these gauges down and make everything fit. So our B&M Quicksilver ratchet shifter is in. I'm so excited about that. Look how clean this is. There's drive right there. 3, 2, 1. And then, you know, stand on the brake and 1, 2, 3, drive. So excited about that. And you can dump it right back in park. This is gonna be absolutely awesome. And I went ahead and did all the bracketry on the transmission as well. The only thing we didn't do is hook up the shifter cable because obviously we pulled the transmission tonight. We have to get the engine back out because it's time to paint the engine bay. Lots going on right now. The interior is starting to come together. As you can see, there's the Tesla build. We've got the Holley Pro Dash with one of the new backgrounds. Backgrounds aren't done yet. This is just like a tentative background where it looks pretty cool. I'm just so pumped about the interior. We're gonna do a bunch of stuff. I think we're gonna have floor mats hopefully made before we head out. Obviously all the wiring that's hanging down here won't be hanging down, it'll all be cleaned up. I mean, it's gonna be wired correctly by the time we're ready to roll out. Deadline, of course, coming up, 2/15, Cleetus and Cars. We're gonna be there. It's gonna hopefully, hopefully we do some amazing burnouts. I mean, I heard about the belt. And I want to take the belt home because what would look cooler than a belt wrapped around this headrest over there just hanging out in the Rolls Royce. Anyway, that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching the channel. Don't forget to head on over to shop.WatchJRGo.com where you can pick up some merch. Lots of cool shirts, not this one, of course. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. I've never had a ratchet shifter before. Feels like a race car Rolls Royce, and I had to keep it classy. Everybody wanted to keep the Rolls Royceness of the car. We are trying to maintain the soul while like truly updating it. And of course the old electronic shifter had to go. So this is, it's got some chrome that kind of matches with the chrome vents and all the, you know, the ashtray and everything like that. The console was relocated quite a ways back. The console used to sit like up here. So it moved way back to make room for the ratchet shifter, and I just love the way it looks. Oh, and we fixed the electric seats. The seats didn't move before, and the wipers didn't work. Turns out that's all one fuse, and it's all glass fuses. This car is going to need rewired from scratch one of these days. We are mid-stripping all of the Rolls-Royce brake system here. Take a look at all of these lines. These lines are just what lives right here in the braking system, and they all connect to that giant braking valve. This thing's insane. This is the brake weakener, basically. It's the deceleration sensitive valve or something like that, and as you decelerate, it like lowers the braking pressures so that the car comes to a stop slower. And this is the pedal feel. It's like a rubber bushing, and it's made to make the pedal feel more traditional or something like that, or give it like a positive squishy feel, but not too squishy. Who knows, the thing's crazy. And then there's the actual brake switch for the brake lights right there. And then there are the master cylinders, which are really just valves for the high pressure system. So there's a new completely regular master cylinder, and that's what's gonna go in. So I'm gonna hop in the back and keep ripping hydraulic lines out. We're taking them all off the struts. We're just taking them off. So back to it.
So now he's gonna pull the transmission, push some bolts up.
Yeah, no big deal.
So I'll hang out here while you get that transmission out.
Yeah, I'll go get some blocks and a floor jack, and also the vacuums. We can clean up the drill holes.
I want to grab a friend too.
Grab a friend, yeah.